heard from celebrity, social media, or magazine that clean eating is the strategy to lose weight. They promote these exclusionary diets where you can only eat certain select types of foods. And you exclude other types of foods because they're bad, unclean. These are going to make you fat. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, today I'm here to tell you that's not exactly true. That is not true. There is no such thing as magic foods for weight loss. Any food can be incorporated into any meal pattern for your goals. So let's dive in with Dr. Markov. Dr. Markov is a researcher and professor at Kansas State University. About 8 years ago, he wanted to run an experiment on himself to determine whether it is the food quantity or the food quality that drives your weight loss. And he did this by performing what became later known as the Twinkie diet. And maybe some of you heard about this a while ago when it became popular in the news. The Twinkie diet was just that, a diet mostly of Twinkies. Ding-dongs, ho-hos, Doritos, all those things that you typically think of as fat foods. These are going to make you fat, quote unquote. In addition, he also reduced his calories from his baseline, which was about 2,600, down to 1,800 calories. So he was in what is known as a caloric deficit of about 800 calories. And he did this experiment for 10 weeks. 10 weeks, 2/3 of his calories were coming straight from all these snack foods. The other third was coming from vegetables and protein. The vegetables, so he wouldn't develop any micronutrient deficiencies. And the protein also, so he would be a good example for his kids at the dinner table, instead of shoveling down Twinkies in front of his kids. And then the protein to preserve any muscle mass, muscle tissue. So we knew that if there was any weight loss, it would be from body fat and not from muscle, which we want to hold on to muscle for whole lots of reasons. I won't go into them now. What happened? After 10 weeks, a little over 2 months, Dr. Markov lost 27 pounds. 27 pounds. Body fat reduced from 33% to 25%. That's amazing. Because we usually think that you need to be eating plain chicken breast, plain rice, and plain broccoli to get any type of weight loss results. Because they're clean foods, right? Clean foods are what will lead to weight loss. But we just saw with Dr. Hobbs' experiment that that's not exactly true. And what the important thing is the caloric deficit. And that is independent of any type of food that you're getting. So what's actually going on here? What is the weight loss? How's that manifesting? When you're in a caloric deficit, what happens is the cells in your body are actually not receiving the energy that they need to power activity, power the movement, and all the things that you're doing throughout the day. So what do? Because they still need to get that energy, they extract it from the fat cells in your body to produce that energy. And so as they get extracted, the fat cells shrink, you shrink, and your body fat drops, which explains that body fat reduction. Okay, Michael, that's great and all that he was losing weight, but there's no way he was actually getting healthier, right? And the guy must have been feeling awful and feeling sicker. Not exactly. What actually happened was that his cholesterol improved. His LDL, with bad cholesterol, dropped. His HDL, with good cholesterol, increased. Both by about 20%. That's massive. Dramatically improves his risk mitigation for colon cancer, diabetes, heart disease, all these types of conditions, just from losing weight. Am I saying that you need to go and be eating and shoveling down Twinkies to lose weight? No, absolutely not. Please do not do that. The point of this experiment was to show that you can include these things into your dieting plan, into your meal pattern, and still see the results that you want so long as you're in that caloric deficit that we talked about. Now there's much more effective, healthier, and sustainable ways to do that. So I'd like to present some of those guidelines and strategies now. First off, talking about protein. The International Society of Sports Nutrition recommends at least, as a guideline, as a starting point, 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. So what that means is, for example, if you weigh 100 pounds, you get 70 grams of protein in your diet. The second thing is fiber. I'm sure you've all heard about fiber. I'm a nerd for fiber. Fiber is great because it slows down your digestion. What that means is you stay fuller for a longer period of time. In addition, fiber also reduces your risk of colon cancer, heart disease, diabetes, really all these health conditions that you've heard about. Fiber is going to help contribute to that. 30 grams is a good starting point to start seeing those beneficial effects. How do you actually get into a deficit? Actually pretty easy to do so. First off, track what you're eating for about a week. Don't make any changes to what you're consuming for that week. Just track it through any app, MyFitnessPal, MyMacros+, whatever is your preference. After that week, once you kind of find out what you're averaging, and also if you're not losing or gaining weight, that's about what your maintenance calories are. From there, you want to drop it just slightly, about 200 calories at a, I won't say at a time, start up at 200. If you're still not seeing results, drop it even slower by about 50 to 200 calories until you start to see weight loss. Slower and less dramatic drops are going to be better for your health in the long term. Now, obviously, for weight loss, there's a whole lot of complicated nuances and things like genetics that do play a major role, but if you're in that deficit, you're still going to see some results, some progress, and that's going to be sustainable and satisfactory for most people. By now, I hope everyone understands that there are no such thing as magic foods. From Dr. Hobbs' experiment, we can see that that clearly just does not hold up. You can have these things and include them in your diet, be happy, be healthy. Dieting and weight loss does not have to be something that you hate your life over. I'm currently in a deficit right now and I'm absolutely fine. I had a Long Island on Mill yesterday and I'm still perfectly happy. Also, it was graduation, so how could I not do that? All right. I hope you took something away from this and realize from now that if you do begin to go on a weight loss journey or just even reach any health goal, make your relationship with food a good one because there are no such thing as magic foods. This is Toastmasters.